Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm very thrilled to have this opportunity to talk about secure architecture review of AI-based products and services. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. I am Satish, and I bring over 2 decades of experience in the field of cybersecurity. As a seasoned security architect with a background in computer science and specialized knowledge in cybersecurity and cyber law, I've had the privilege of serving as a chapter lead for OWASP Bangalore and CSASFO chapter. This session is designed to accommodate various backgrounds. However, having a basic understanding of GenAI and large language models is very helpful. Our discussion today is directed at the information security team with a focus on security architects and decision makers responsible for approving AI-based applications post-validation. In this presentation, we will explore the risks, challenges, and strategies for effectively conducting secure architecture review of AI-based products and services. Let's start with a brief overview. Our presentation is organized into 5 main sections. We will start by understanding the problem and what we are trying to solve. Then we will look at the potential risks or threats related to AI-based applications. Afterwards, we will talk about the main difficulties or challenges we face in securing AI-based applications. Finally, we will share a proposed solution and the approach, and at the end, with our well-considered recommendations for ensuring AI application security. With that, let's start with the introduction. In today's fast-paced business landscape, the demand for AI-based applications, particularly GenAI, has surged a lot. These applications hold immense potential, capable of accelerating processes by up to tenfold. That's a lot. However, they bring with them a substantial risk, the potential leakage of sensitive company information. This risk arises from their unique capability of self-learning. As you know, there are models which self-learn based on the prompts and which can accidentally expose critical data. The core issue we are confronting revolves around this particular dilemma. On one hand, there is a compelling need for AI applications to drive efficiency and innovation. On the other hand, ensuring the security of sensitive data is paramount importance. We find ourselves in a need for a robust evaluation methodology, standards, and processes to safely integrate GenAI applications into our organizations. Today, we embark on a journey to explore precisely how we can strike the right balance between harnessing the power of AI and safeguarding our vital information. Now, let's understand the key difference between GenAI and AI-based applications. There is a very thin line, but it is very important to understand the differences. Let's understand with respect to the purpose, output, data usage, and application areas. With respect to purpose, AI-based applications simulates human intelligence for tasks, while GenAI generates data it was trained on. With respect to output, AI provides logical responses, while GenAI generates novel content. Data usage, AI uses data for decisions, while GenAI can accidentally expose sensitive data. In terms of application areas, AI is used in recommendation systems and automation, while GenAI excels in creative tasks like text and image generation. Let's explore the different categories of GenAI products and services, which can typically be categorized into three main groups. Consumer model. These are harnessed by third-party GenAI applications, such as browser or email plugins. They aim to elevate user experiences by enhancing various functionalities. We find a lot of tools and applications in this area. In fact, the number of reviews or architecture reviews you might get in an organization, this forms a major chunk. So it is very important to understand these consumer models. Next, most common is employee model. This category involves the utilization of private GenAI models within an organization for its internal purpose. Uh, for instance, organizations employ private GPTs. So this strategy is very secure. In fact, it ensures the data security because it is in your control. It is not a shared LLM. So the possibility of data leakage is very low. Consumer model. Consumer model is you as a business want to enhance your product. So you might leverage third-party LLM solutions in your product and provide benefits to your customers. So it involves the development of in-house large language model to provide personalized interactions and solutions. So these are typically three main categories of models related to AI and GenAI based applications commonly used, and which you might get for validating before consuming into your organization. Now let's explore our threat landscape. So some potential threats related to AI products and services. It's crucial to be aware of the significant risks. Number one, input manipulation. So picture interacting with a chatbot. If you change your words or ask a tricky question, the chatbot might provide incorrect or even harmful responses. For example, a medical chatbot could misunderstand your health query, leading to incorrect information. Second, let's understand adversarial attack. Consider facial recognition technology. By making small changes to your appearance, like adding glasses or makeup, you could trick the AI into not recognizing you. This could be used for unauthorized access or privacy breaches. Data poisoning risks. This threat involves maliciously altering the data used to train AI. It can lead to biased predictions or compromised decision making. There is one more attack called model inversion attack or threat. So here attackers might reverse engineer an AI model to obtain sensitive information, potentially breaching privacy or security. There is one more attack called transfer learning attack or threat. In this scenario, an attacker manipulates an AI model by transferring knowledge from one domain to another, potentially causing incorrect or harmful outcomes. To sum it up, comprehending these threats is vital when dealing with AI products and services, as they can have significant implications for security, privacy, and data integrity. Staying vigilant and implementing strong security measures is crucial for effective risk mitigation. With that, let's move on to the next slide. So now let's explore some challenges while implementing Gen security architecture reviews for Gen AI based applications or predominantly any security reviews. So there are many. We'll talk about three uh, most important or crucial ones. Number one is information leakage. Imagine a Gen AI model trained on a company's financial data. If used carelessly, it might generate reports containing sensitive financial details, risking data exposure. So, next challenge is privacy concerns. Consider an AI-driven healthcare app. It might generate patient diagnosis based on medical records, raising privacy concerns about unauthorized access to personal health information. And lastly, the most critical one, legal concerns. I think of legal document generated by an AI. In cases of disputes, questions about who is responsible for errors or misleading content can lead to legal ambiguity. Not only this, legal concerns could be I mean, if you try to uh, provide LLM of one company, and if you have kind of a shared model, there could be a leakage of information of one of the customers, and that could be a severe legal issue. So now let's go to the next slide, which is kind of which is a solution for architecture reviews. So now that we have a grasp of core problem and identified various threats, and we have understanding of what the challenges are, let's explore the solution. We will navigate through a structured methodology and tabletop questions and evaluation framework designed to address these issues effectively. So this slide talks about methodology. The Gen AI architecture review methodology comprises 5 key steps, beginning with intake process, followed by threat modeling. Then step 3, we review security controls. Step 4, risk severity assessment. And finally, reporting to stakeholders, ensuring a comprehensive and secure Gen AI deployment. So now let's talk about some of the questions during our tabletop exercises. These are very crucial and important questions. Um, you might have to, you can save them too. So our tabletop exercise involves questioning Gen AI product vendors or the product um, application whom application or the product team. So we inquire about authentication, authorization, bias mitigation, data privacy, and ethical use. These rigorous examinations ensures comprehensive security and ethical considerations before integrating Gen AI products and services. So next, let's understand briefly how internal architecture of Gen AI applications follow. So internal architecture in Gen AI applications follow a common pattern across 3 model types, which we discussed earlier: consumer, customer, and employee. So each model consists of 3 key parts. So I'm talking about the internal architecture. So it can have a front end, a back end, and the infrastructure. In the front end, web framework facilitates user interaction, making the application accessible and user friendly. The backend is the engine that powers these applications. It includes a large language model framework like LangChain, as well as prominent LLMs such as OpenAI and Llama, accessible via API gateway. The infrastructure is a secure environment where these applications are hosted. Interestingly, a significant majority of applications fall into consumer model category. this category being the most common. So this is typical technology stack or the internal architecture, um, how Gen AI based applications are developed. So by understanding or breaking this down, we know where exactly to evaluate. At least it simplifies the problem to a great extent. Now, since we have basic understanding of the internals of the internals of the Gen AI applications, now let's understand evaluation framework for this architecture. So based on the internal architecture we have explored, let's delve into the security controls evaluation framework for each component. Rigorous security controls are very essential. In the front end, we meticulously examine critical controls like authentication, access, control, data validation, and response sanitization. In the back end, we assess the LLM framework and models for safeguarding data privacy, protecting against adversarial attacks, and ensuring the integrity of single tenant models. Finally, the infrastructure undergoes rigorous validation encompassing business continuity planning, disaster recovery, and robust monitoring. This comprehensive framework ensures the security and resilience of Gen AI applications across their entire architecture. Okay, so all these are great information. Now let's put all these things into action. Let's connect all the dots. So I understand we had a lot of frameworks and other things. Now let's put things together and understand even better. So now it's time to connect all the dots and put our methodology and security evaluation framework into action. By performing an end-to-end architecture review, this review process comprises of 7 key steps. Number 1, engagement initiation. We initiate the process by requesting the product team to submit a review ticket with basic details. This step falls under the responsibility of the product teams. Step 2, scoping and information gathering. Here, we engage in a tabletop exercise, a collaborative brainstorming session on the application with various stakeholders. We ask questions derived from our earlier questionnaire. Both the product team and the InfoSec team are responsibility during this step. Step 3, risk assessment. So this phase involves conducting threat modeling using STRIDE methodology. We create a comprehensive data flow diagram, identify potential threats, identify threat agents, identify or establish trust zones. The InfoSec team leads this step, and step 4 is about reporting. In this step, we summarize and prioritize our findings, preparing a report to be shared with stakeholders. Step 5, sign off. Based on the findings, we either approve or deny the request. If there are no critical or high severity issues, the request is approved, otherwise it's denied. Step 6. In this case, where the product team cannot or chooses not to address identified issues, they may opt to accept the associated risk. This triggers the exception or risk management process or the step. So this is very time consuming and not so easy step because it involves approval from C-level individuals within the product team, InfoSec team, and governance team. It could be compelling at some time. It could be compelling effect. So the finally, step 7, once all stakeholders grant approval, the accepted risks are documented and the request is approved for implementation. So these are the typical uh, steps which you undergo when you perform security architecture review of GenAI based applications. Um, uh, I hope still there could be a doubt. Let us make it further more interesting by solving two cases. So let's delve into our architecture review process with two real world use cases. In the use case one, the product team expressed interest in integrating a GenAI email plugin designed to assist in email drafting. Following our structured review process, the InfoSec team initiated the engagement by requesting the product team to create a ticket, providing high-level information. Next, an insightful tabletop exercise was conducted. During this exercise, it was revealed that the vendor's chosen large language model for email plugin was multi-tenant or was a shared model. So this raised a little bit concerns, but the review continued. Moving forward, a thorough risk assessment was carried out, including the creation of data flow diagrams that identified critical assets, potential threat agents, and trust zones. The resulting report unveiled a single critical finding related to the multi-tenant LLM model. This finding had the potential to compromise data security, leading to the decision to deny the request. So that was good. So, let's further enhance our whatever we have learned by another use case. This use case, one of the product team expressed a desire to integrate a GenAI private chatbot in their system. Now let's apply our architecture review process and see whether this particular request will be approved or not. So during the tabletop exercise, the InfoSec team uncovered crucial insights. It was revealed that the vendor's chosen large language model was for the chatbot was single tenant, which was considered a security advantage. Further, the application had robust input validation and output sanitization measures in place for for the user prompts. And notably, the chatbot integrated filters to detect and mitigate biases, ensuring data privacy and ethical use. You can't ask for more. So subsequently, the InfoSec team did a comprehensive risk assessment along with data flow diagrams, and which clearly defined assets, potential threat agents, and trust zones. The resulting report delivered a clean bill of health with not many critical, with in fact zero critical issues or any findings. So so leading to the approval of the product team's request. So this particular review was approved. So I hope you understood how to perform secure architecture reviews, what is the a process, and then also we went through these two use cases, which could be very beneficial and easy to understand. With that, let's uh, summarize uh, whatever we discussed until now with with the following recommendation. So now we have understanding of how to conduct secure architecture reviews for AI-based applications. So let's talk about the essential controls that every organization should have in place for further to enhance AI adoption. These are the building blocks of a safe and successful transition to AI technologies, and they will help us protect our organization. Number one pillar, infrastructure security. Think of this as the strong foundation of our digital home. Just like we lock our doors and windows to keep our physical space safe, we secure our digital space to protect it from harm. Number two, very important pillar, identify identity and access management. This is like our security team, ensuring only the right people can access our digital assets. It's important because we want to keep our digital rooms locked to unauthorized visitors. Third, data security, which is very core of any securing any applications. Here, our data is like our most valuable treasure. We must shield it from theft or damage, just as we would protect our prized possessions. Then, application security. Very good application security process can secure the home. We just safeguarded our AI. We must safeguard our AI applications to prevent anything harm from getting in. So a very good security program is mandatory. Next, let's understand logging. Next pillar is logging and monitoring. This is our digital watchman. It keeps an eye on things that tell us if something unusual is happening. Incident responses, like having a plan for emergencies. We need to know what to do if things go wrong with our AI systems. Lastly, governance. So governance forms governance. Think of this as our rule book for using AI. It tells everyone how we should use AI safely and fairly. By following these by following these recommendations and focusing on these 7 pillars, we are creating a strong shield to protect our organization in the world of AI technology. In today's digital landscape, safeguarding our organization is essential. As we navigate the ever changing AI landscape, let's stay proactive, vigilant, and secure. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.